Well, hello everybody. It has been a while. Actually, quite a while. A lot going on. Let me just say that much. Um, yeah, my biggest problem and biggest reason I haven't been making videos is because I've been having problems with my 737. First, it was the landings were all bad, and now my rudder pedals are needing to be replaced. I mean, these rudder pedals are at least 10 years old, if not a little bit older, and they are definitely showing their age at this point. Once I have a location for the business enterprise program, I'll be able to start replacing things again, though. So, with that out of the way, we have a bit of a new program. Well, it's not that new anymore, but I don't think I've done any videos on it. Called Transport World Simulator. And in this video, we are running on the Great Western Railway over in the UK, and we are on the Elizabeth Line to Reading today, using a
Class 360 to 0 UK operated by TfL Rail.
Class 360. So, hope everyone enjoys, and I'll be back very soon.
Modded vehicle. Class 300. OK button. Automatic design. Driver cat
London
activated. Voice activated. Pantograph raised. Register. TSM pet code read only edit. 41,412. Signal code edit. Blank 41412. Signal number read only edit. 1010. Code edit. 010. Registration successful. Next signal. Yellow and 15 yards. Program maximum number pressure of the brake rest type. 87 side. Blank. The current temperature is minus 18 degrees Celsius. It is cloudy. The highest temperature is minus 10 degrees Celsius. The lowest temperature is minus 18 degrees Celsius. The maximum pressure of the brake rest type. 102 side. Forward. 12 mph. Speed limit change to 30 mph and 0 yards ahead. 7501 yards ahead. Acton main line. Ten 17 21. 10 18 0. Forward. 10 17 30. 0.
We are pretty much ready to depart. Yeah, this game is still being worked on, and there's a lot of issues with it.
10 17 48. Doors closed. Brake
0.
released. 10 17 55. 10 17 59.
1. Tick 4 5.
30
5.
mph. Next signal.
10. 15. 20. 25. 30. 32. 0 minus 0. 31. Minus 1. 30.
97, 40 yards ahead. Ealing Broadway.
31.
30 mph. Speed limit change to 40 mph and 105 yards ahead.
Minus 1. 0. 30.
369, 12, 16, 9, 10, 10, 31, 37, and 40 mph. The speed limit is 40 mph.
5.
Automatic speed control activated.
35.
Alright.
0.
Now that I've gotten up to a speed where I can actually let the train handle its own speed,
41.
91, 22 yards ahead. Ealing Broadway. Speed limit change to 50 mph and 159 yards ahead.
we can have a bit of a chat. And did
Minus
I
three.
say...
Zero.
The speed limit is 50 mph. 43, 47 mph. 50 mph. 53, 50 mph.
45.
GWI, Great
Zero.
Western...
Yellow. Next signal.
Yeah,
Yellow.
that's where we're on.
50.
But anyway,
8404 yards ahead. Ealing Broadway.
Minus 3. 0.
50 mph. Speed limit change to 90 mph and 931 yards ahead.
so... yeah, a lot of changes have gone on for me besides the flight simulator issues I'm having. And since my computer took a header off my desk
Minus 3. 0.
almost a year ago, it still works fine, but boy does it get hot nowadays when I'm in MSFS.
Speed limit is 90 mph. 56, 68 F, 71 F, 70, 78 F, 81 mph, 84 mph, 87 mph, 90 mph.
58.
Next signal. Yellow.
61.
Apparently running all yellows out of
64.
Next signal. Yellow.
67.
the station there.
70.
We go to Green
72.
Smoke, however. Usually do something
75. 78.
63, 64 yards ahead. Ealing Broadway.
80.
Speed limit change to 125 mph and 71 45 yards ahead.
85. 87. 89. 90.
Next signal. Yellow. Next signal. Yellow. Next signal. Red 14, 36 yards.
91. 90. 91.
Next signal.
And there's your green signal.
Next signal. Green at 56 yards. Next signal. Green. Speed limit change to 125 mph and 47, 30, 37, 58 yards ahead. Ealing Broadway.
90.
So yeah, Transport World Simulator has
91.
it's a train simulator, and like I said, there are a lot of issues with it still, but
27, 34. Next signal.
Minus
Green.
3. 90.
Automatic speed control activated.
actually
Next signal.
decent.
Green. Next signal. 74, 61 yards ahead. Next signal. Yellow at 14, 87 yards. 21, 87 yards
91.
ahead.
Minus 1. 0.
It's got a good amount of things to do.
19, 14 yards ahead.
Everything from high-speed trains and
16, 40 yards ahead.
91. Minus 1. 89.
13,
the
67 yards ahead.
US, Austria, Germany, and even in the UK. Subways,
1094 yards ahead.
light rail.
90.
Next signal. Green.
The next station is minus 5. Ealing Broadway. 85. 80. 75.
547 yards ahead.
70. 65. 60.
378 yards ahead.
Okay.
50.
219
45.
yards ahead. Race line. Next signal. Green.
Yeah,
35.
way too quick here.
30. 25.
Wait,
33.
109 yards.
Minus 5. 18.
82 yards ahead.
13. Minus 2. 9. Minus 1. 7. 0.
Yeah, we can basically leave it at 7 for
33
now.
yards ahead.
Once it says 16 yards, I will start
16 yards ahead.
breaking
Minus
again.
1. 5. Minus 1. 4.
This,
Minus 5. 0. Minus 2.
Doors
Ealing
open.
Broadway.
Ten 24 0. 10 26 0. 0. 179.
yeah, when the doors are open, like they are now, there's no way to adjust your brake setting. Unless you hit U, which releases everything. So, I always try to set brakes to step 1 before opening the doors.
10 24 33. 10 26 0.
Yeah, like I said, there's pretty much something for everybody on this program. I think some of the things that need to be adjusted, though, are the one steam locomotive that's on here. The sounds need to be adjusted for that. They're too loud. The sounds for the Go Transit diesel electric locomotive are too loud as well. Same for the class, I believe it's the class 66. Don't quote me. I'm not looking at it.
10 25 34.
I'm not looking at it for one, and two, I don't run that locomotive very often.
10 26 0. 10 25 42. 90 mph. 10 26 0. 10 25 45.
But what I'm getting at here is that it's just too
10
loud.
25 51. Doors closed.
And the only thing there is a master volume.
Minus 5.
Automatic speed control activated. 59 43 yards ahead. Next signal.
10.
Green.
15.
So, because of that, if you turn that down,
30.
50 and 39 yards ahead. Southbound.
35. 40.
you can.
44. 48.
Hear other things properly.
53. 57.
Next signal. Green.
60. 63.
Next signal. Green.
But I will
66.
give this simulator
70.
credit for a few
Speed limit
things.
125 mph. 99.
75. 78.
First, for the most part, the sounds are really good.
Next signal.
83.
45 22 yards ahead. Southbound.
86.
Up against
Next signal. Green.
the
88.
old world trains,
90.
not much to
93.
complain about.
94.
Next signal. Green.
Except the
97.
X64.
99.
This might sound like I'm nitpicking here, but I'm really not.
Next signal.
The
Green.
bell does not turn off automatically when you release the horn button.
27 34 yards ahead. Automatic speed control deactivated. Next signal. Green.
So if that were fixed,
21 87 yards ahead.
it would be a really good
19 14 yards
locomotive to
ahead.
operate. And one
16
thing
40 yards
I
ahead.
would love to see added to this thing is a tutorial
13 67 yards
for
ahead.
each locomotive.
10 94 yards ahead.
The next station is minus 5. Southville. 94.
Because
800. Next signal. Green.
89. 85.
Next signal. Green.
the starting distance of
547 yards
some
ahead.
of these
70. 65.
is
109 yards ahead.
30,
82 yards ahead.
25,
55 yards ahead.
20,
33 yards ahead.
15,
6.
10, 5, 0,
Like the
minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, 0, 2, minus
North
1,
open.
south full,
10:28, 50, 10:31, 0.
like the X64 I was just talking about. Trying to stop that thing is quite interesting because just like in real life, that thing has slow acceleration and poor braking.
10:29, 26. 10:31, 0.
So I kind of wish there was a tutorial on here to learn how to actually operate that correctly. Same with I've had it similar things happen with some of the other trains on here, where I'll be cruising along, it pops up to tell me to slow down and get ready to stop at the station, and I blast right through the station because I can't stop in time, even though I've started braking when it tells me to. Again, not complaining, but it definitely is a case of
3191 yards ahead. Hayes and Arlington. Speed limit changed to 75 mph and 44,169. 10:30, 10:31, 0.
I think there was a couple missteps there with not putting a tutorial in for each train or each locomotive.
Ten 43. Ten 55. Doors closed.
Get these doors closed here.
Zero, 5, 5,
Next signal.
10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 49, 53,
57, 44 yards ahead.
60,
Next signal. Green.
64,
64, 61
67,
yards ahead. Next signal. Green.
70, 73,
21, 87 yards ahead.
76, 78,
19,
81,
14 yards ahead.
84, 86,
16, 40 yards ahead.
89, 89, 89,
13, 67 yards ahead. 10, 94 yards ahead.
89.
Next signal. Green. 820 yards
The
ahead.
next station is minus 5, Hayes and Harlington. 80,
547 yards ahead.
70, 65, 60,
328 yards ahead.
55, 50,
219 yards ahead.
45,
Next signal. Green.
40, 35,
109 yards ahead.
30,
82 yards ahead.
Yeah,
25,
55 yards ahead.
20,
should stop
33 yards
okay
ahead.
here.
10,
6.
minus 3,
Automatic speed control deactivated.
1, 8, minus 1, minus 5, 4, 0, minus 1,
Doors open.
Hayes and
10:38.
Harlington.
10:34, 0. 473 yards ahead. West Drayton. 10:33, 13. Ten 26. 10:33, 10:36. 103341. 103342. 103343. 103347. 103348. 103349. 103350.
0, 5, 5,
Automatic
5,
speed next signal.
10, 15, 20,
So let's have a serious discussion about,
35.
say, intentions. If you are supporting that company, you are
45.
supporting a fraudulent business.
49,
I'm going to warn you about that right
53.
now.
57,
I ended up looking them up.
60,
There is no Say Again Solutions
64,
LLC in Cave Creek,
67.
Arizona.
70, 73, 76,
Why, you may ask, did I look
79.
them up?
81,
Because they decided to ban
Automatic speed
me,
control active.
even though I did
86.
absolutely nothing
61
wrong.
yards ahead.
89,
They're stupid for doing that, because now the only thing they've done is piss me off.
2187 yards ahead.
94,
And
96,
one, I'm telling
Next
everyone
signal.
not to
1914
use
yards
them.
ahead.
98,
Not just because
99.
they're a fraudulent company,
1640 yards ahead.
also because if you have an issue,
1367 yards ahead. 1094 yards ahead.
The next station is -5, West Drayton 94,
820 yards ahead.
89,
and for whatever reason
80,
can't get
547 yards
75,
ahead.
on the Discord,
Next signal. Green.
65,
you're screwed.
60,
328 yards ahead.
They will not help you.
55,
Notice they're to go
Next
to
signal. Green.
use
219
Discord,
yards ahead.
45,
Next signal. Green.
which is
40,
absolutely bad
109 yards ahead.
customer
83 yards
service.
ahead.
25,
55 yards ahead.
20,
33 yards ahead.
15,
16
That
yards
is
ahead.
not how you treat customers.
0,
I was not paying attention there.
4, 0, -5, 0, -2,
Doors open.
West Drayton,
2710 yards ahead. Ivor. 103623. 1038
You do not just tell a customer to go use Discord when they've already told you that they're having an issue getting on Discord for whatever the heck reason it is.
103642. 1038 103640. 1038
And they could have easily avoided all this crap by just telling me the truth that there were problems with programs using artificial intelligence. I actually learned that from a friend of mine that who uses a lot of those type of programs. She could not access her stuff either.
103721.
All they had to fucking do is tell me that, and that would have been the end of it. But no, they decided to go ahead and ban me. Joke's on them, because guess what? Now I'm making this public, and since they don't want to amicably resolve this, them dumb idiots, they're going to get publicly exposed for being the fraud company
103758.
they
Close,
are.
close.
For one, since like I said, I did look them up. They do not exist
5,
at all
Fine.
in Cave Creek, Arizona.
Next signal.
10,
Green.
15, 20, 25,
So if you want to keep
30.
using them, go right ahead.
35,
But you're being frauded out of your money.
44,
2461 yards ahead.
48,
And second,
53,
if you're stupid enough to continue to
57.
use them,
187 yards ahead.
60,
and support them assholes.
63, 66,
Shame on you
1914 yards ahead.
70,
for, like I said,
72,
supporting a fraudulent company
75,
that
1640 yards ahead.
4, 3, 2, 1, 76,
Next signal. Green.
is not registered in Arizona as an LLC.
1367 yards ahead.
And
77,
two, have fun if you ever have problems with
1094 yards ahead.
Discord for whatever reason.
78,
820 yards ahead.
Interesting. And see this?
the next station
There we
is
go.
minus 5, Ivia,
547 yards
I
ahead.
was saying, it waited way too long to start slowing down there.
63, 58,
328 yards
Okay,
ahead.
good.
53,
We're slowing down nicely
48,
now.
219 yards ahead. Next
43,
signal. Green.
38, 33,
109 yards ahead. 82
28,
yards ahead.
23,
55 yards ahead.
18,
33 yards ahead.
13,
16 yards ahead.
minus 3, minus 1, 4, 0, minus 2, minus 0, minus 2, minus
Go on.
Ivia,
Of
1047.
course,
1040 0. 1040 10. 1040 0. 5.
we got to
Doors
go.
closed. 2600 yards ahead. Langley.
Yeah, I need to yank on this one. 'Cause we are now running late.
5,
Next signal. Green.
10, 15, 20, 25,
Like I said, say intentions could have
35,
fucking
61 yards ahead.
resolved all this easily, but do they want to? No.
44,
That's not a company that I'm going to
48.
support, nor should any other blind person
53,
whose work anything should
57.
support.
60, 63,
1914 yards ahead.
I've already
66.
got several blind people who used to use
70.
them, not, and I'm going to get a lot more people by the time I'm
64 yards
done.
ahead.
75,
I will tell you that, and
78.
I'm going to tell them that too.
1367 yards ahead.
If they were to be stupid enough to watch this video.
83,
10 next signal. Green.
80 minus 1, 85,
820 yards ahead.
the next station is minus 5, Langley, 80,
And I actually
75.
dare them to watch this video because now, since it's a public
65.
video, what's really
60.
happened here is
358
now
yards
55,
going to be fully fucking public.
50,
219 yards ahead.
45,
Next signal. Green.
40, 35,
And they're going to have a
100
PR nightmare now
82 yards ahead.
because I've
25.
now made what they've
55 yards
done
ahead.
21.
public.
13
And the
yards ahead.
fact that I've made it
11.
public
16 yards.
minus 2, minus 5, minus 3, minus 1,
that their company
0.
doesn't even exist.
minus 2, 0, minus 1,
Doors open.
Langley,
1042 16. 1043 0. 1043 8.
I mean, if you're a sole proprietorship, technically you don't have to file with the state. But if you're going to say you're LLC, you have to. He's not registered, like I've said before. Yeah, I've beat this dead horse quite a few times in the last few minutes, but it needs to be beaten a few more times. Fraudulent company that people are supporting here. Unacceptable, and shame on you for doing so. And shame on the other blind pilots that are doing so,
The
because
doors are unlocked. Doors closed.
by doing so, you're saying it's okay to be frauded.
5,
Unacceptable.
Next signal. Green. 3885 yards ahead. Slow. Automatic speed control activated.
20, 25,
But now that I'm off of that soapbox,
35,
hello, I'm gonna get back on the soapbox. I hope they do
45.
see this video, because they need to realize that I'm dead
49.
serious about what I said in here about them being
Next
a
signal. Green.
fraudulent company and absolutely not doing right by their customer,
60.
meaning me.
Next signal. Green.
You do not ban
64.
someone because they're having an issue.
67.
That's just wrong in
17.
so many ways.
73.
Okay, off the soapbox.
76. 79.
27, 34 yards ahead.
81. 84.
Automatic speed control jack 20.
86.
23, 44 yards ahead. South. Speed limit change to 75 mph at 29,966 yards at 21, 87 yards ahead.
91.
Next signal. Green.
93.
1914. Next signal. Green.
96. 98.
So what else is
64
new
yards
with
ahead.
me?
99.
Not a whole lot.
1367 yards ahead.
I've had a few medical procedures over the last year, so
1094 yards ahead.
that's made life interesting.
The next station is Slough. 94.
820 yards ahead.
89. 85. 80.
547 yards ahead.
75. 70.
Next signal. Green.
65. 60.
378 yards ahead.
There haven't been any locations open that I've been
Next signal.
really
220 yards
that
ahead.
interested in.
Next signal. Green.
But the business enterprise
40.
program, so I'm still waiting on that.
109 yards
35.
ahead. 82 yards
30.
ahead. 55 yards ahead.
20.
33 yards ahead.
15.
16 yards ahead. Wait
Minus
for
10. 5.
Wait
0.
east.
2. 1.
Yeah. Right there is a
0.
prime
Minus 1. Minus
example
2.
of why they need to do a tutorial.
0. Minus
More
1.
than-
Slough.
1045 24. 1047 0. 12. 83. 40 21 yards ahead. Burnham.
On stopping distances for each train, because what they've done is the sound to start braking does not take into account the actual train you are operating. So if you're running like the Act 64 with 9 and fleet cars, for example, on the Northeast Corridor, at 125 miles an hour, what you're going to run into is a lot of overruns.
1047 0. 0. 1046 21.
Because,
1046 25.
as I've said before, that has really poor braking. And they really need to base the stop, the brake for the next
1046 39.
brake for the next station tone on speed and what train you're operating.
1046 47. Doors closed.
By doing that, they would solve that problem.
40 21 yards ahead.
0. 2. 5.
Automatic speed control
5.
activated. Next signal. Green.
10. 15. 20. 25. 30. 35.
But even with that being said,
44.
it's nice to actually have a train simulator that's fully accessible again.
53. 57.
Open rails you could
60.
do if you really knew the route
63.
and the activity you were trying to run. Or if you had
67.
a free roam mode.
70.
Next signal. Green.
73.
Open PvE
76.
is actually
Next signal.
nice,
Green.
but again,
78.
you got to know the
81.
route
77 34 yards ahead.
and really understand
83.
Automatic.
86.
24 61 yards ahead.
the
88.
parameters
91.
21
for
87
what
yards
you
ahead.
are running.
93. 95.
19 14 yards ahead.
98. 99. 0.
16 40 yards ahead. Next signal. Green. Next signal. 13 67 yards
Make
ahead.
heads or tails of it, especially since the signals are not accessible in that program.
1094 yards ahead.
The next station is -5. Burnham. 94.
820 yards ahead.
89. 85. 80.
547 yards ahead.
70. 65. 60.
Here,
328 yards ahead.
for the most part,
50.
219 yards ahead.
45.
Next signal. Green.
40. 35.
109 yards ahead.
30.
82 yards ahead.
25.
55 yards ahead.
except
20.
for no crossing
33 yards ahead.
sounds,
15.
16 yards ahead.
10. 5. Minus 1. 0.
except one on this line, and
Minus 1. Minus 2. 0. 0.
Doors open.
Burnham.
1049 22. 1050 0. 96.
really no decent AI trains on here, which I think they're going to come out with at some point, hopefully.
1049 36. 6. 1049 38.
That would be really nice to see that show up soon.
1049 46. 3083 yards ahead. Tapo. 1049 51. Doors closed.
5. 5.
3079 yards ahead. Tapo. Next signal.
10.
Green 3071 yards ahead. Tapo.
15. 20. 25. 30.
Next signal. Green.
35. 40. 44.
Next signal.
48.
Green. 2734 yards ahead.
53.
Crazy thing
57.
is that I really didn't
60.
get full into flight simulation
2461 yards ahead.
63. 66. 70.
until after
72.
I had Lyme disease.
75. 78.
1914 yards ahead.
80.
There were a handful of
64 yards
games I
ahead.
played
85.
before that.
88.
Next signal. Green.
3. 2. 89. 1. 89.
Next signal. Green.
On computer,
1094 yards ahead.
I was pretty much train simulator and
90. The next station is minus 5. Taplow. 85. 80.
the predecessor to American
75.
Truck Simulator, which was
70.
18 Wheels of Steel.
65. 60.
328 yards ahead.
55. 50.
219 yards ahead.
45.
Next signal. Green.
40.
And on a PlayStation,
35.
109 yards ahead.
30.
on a
82 yards ahead.
25.
55 yards ahead.
21.
33 yards ahead.
16.
16 yards ahead.
11.
PC, I also
6.
played
Minus 3. Minus 1. 0. 1. 0. Minus 2.
Roller Coaster
0.
Tycoon a lot.
0.
Doors open.
Taplow.
1052 4. 1053 0. 10. 3082 yards ahead. Maidenhead.
But other than Microsoft Train Simulator, Open BVE, or actually BVE 4 in those days, and 2, both of those ran pretty well. 18 Wheels of Steel and Roller Coaster Tycoon.
1052 32.
I didn't really play much else on the computer. PlayStation, I had one game on there. Railroad Tycoon.
1052 46.
Never
Door
could
closed.
really use that well on the computer just because of the way the, I couldn't really see the mouse pointer.
1052 55.
But on PlayStation, it was a
1. 5. 5.
bigger pointer
Next signal.
to it, so I could actually see what I was doing.
15. 20. 25.
Next signal. Green.
30. 35.
And then when I had the original Xbox,
44.
Next signal. Green.
48.
2734 yards ahead.
53.
Crimson Skies was good. Halo,
60.
the original one,
21
That was
yards ahead.
63. 66.
But my favorite game
69.
when I played all the time,
72.
Grand Theft Auto,
75.
San Andreas.
78.
19, 14 yards ahead.
80. 83.
16, 40 yards next signal. Green.
85. 88.
Next signal. Green. 13, 67 yards ahead.
89. 1, 0.
It really stood up
10, 94 yards
to
ahead.
what I wanted, which was being in college. There were times I
90.
just needed.
The next
Some
station is
explosive,
minus
really-
Maidenhead. 85.
If you know what I'm talking about.
75.
547 yards ahead.
70. 65.
So that worked out really well.
328 yards ahead.
55. 50.
219 yards ahead.
45.
Next signal. Green.
40.
100 speed limit change to 75 mph. 109 yards ahead.
30.
82 yards ahead.
25.
55 yards ahead.
21.
33 yards ahead.
16.
16 yards ahead.
11. Minus 2. 6. Minus 1. 0. Minus 2. Minus 3. Minus 2. 1. Minus 1. 0.
Doors open.
Maidenhead.
1055 0. 1056 0. 11,040 yards ahead. Twyford. Speed limit change to 75 mph and 17,481 yards ahead.
And
1055 12.
I actually miss Grand Theft Auto. Apparently someone has or is thinking of resurrecting the Grand Theft Accessibility mod.
1055 28.
So I might get back into Grand Theft Auto.
1055 35.
We shall see on that one.
1055 38. 1055 43. 1055 45. 1055 49. 1055 50. Doors closed.
Five.
Automatic speed control activated. Next signal. Green.
10. 15. 20.
So in Microsoft Flight
25.
Simulator, I'm doing an around the world flight right now.
35. 40.
Took off from Grand Rapids.
44.
I'm currently in
49.
Delhi, India.
53. 57.
That was a bouncy,
60.
turbulent approach, I will
63.
tell you.
66. 70. 73.
I had a 1.8,
78.
6 knot loss at one point.
81. 83. 86.
Next signal. Green.
Since
88.
the actual landing speed for a 737
93.
is whatever it shows as your landing speed
95.
plus 5 knots.
97.
That's actually supposed to have. That is
99.
actually how you're supposed to fly the 737 for the landing speed. It's supposed to be whatever the landing speed plus 5. So 155 knots.
Green. Next signal.
I was
Green.
getting anywhere between about an 8 knot gain to a 6 knot loss. Perfect landing though. So I think I finally, hopefully got the landing situation sorted out.
Next signal. Green. Next signal. Green. 59 56 yards ahead. Twyford. 1050 and 16. 1130.
One thing I do need to do is figure out either how to get FSO to properly load my flight plan in, so I quit getting
Next signal.
the
Green.
data link error. or just get that out of, or get them to stop doing it altogether. Because I've got to go in and put my flight plan, request my flight plan and load it in. Not a big deal, but I think there's got to be an update somewhere for first officer.
Next signal, green. Next signal, green.
And I've kind of gone back to my trusty passenger program, PACX. And what I love about that program is it just plain works.
2461 yards ahead.
There's none of this, set
2187 yards
this
ahead.
up, then hit this, and press this button, which I've seen on other programs.
1914 yards ahead. Next signal, green.
Or other programs where
1640 yards ahead.
it's easy to get stuck and not be able to get out of something.
1367 yards ahead.
I've seen that too.
1094 yards ahead.
Minus 5. 94. 89.
And as a professional accessibility
80.
tester,
75.
that's not good.
547 yards ahead.
65.
445 yards ahead.
60. 55.
328 yards
You need
ahead.
to always be able to get
45.
Next signal, green. 219 yards ahead.
35. 30.
your focus back
25.
109
on what
yards
you
ahead.
want to be focused
20.
on. You should not be caught in a
82 yards
pitfall
ahead.
trap.
10.
In a
5. Minus 0. 1. 0.
55 yards ahead.
website, application, app,
Next signal,
doesn't
green.
matter.
The next station is 6. Twyford.
33 yards ahead.
You shouldn't be getting in,
Minus
like
1.
I said, a keyboard trap. This
16
is
yards ahead.
0.
what I've seen on some of these other passenger programs.
4. Minus 1. Minus 2. Minus 3. Minus 2. 0. Minus
Doors
1.
open.
Twyford.
1118. 1130.
But, yeah, PACX works great. I was gotta quick figure out how to, the 737 profile I'm using doesn't quite line up though with 184 passengers, so I need to grab the profile that's actually 184 passengers at some point. Wow, what you just heard is one of the other issues with TSW at the moment. Notice passengers boarded as the door sounds were still opening. Passengers shouldn't board till the doors are open. That's an easy fix though.
1130. 1126. Speed limit changed to 75 mph and 6438 yards ahead. 9610 yards ahead. Reading. 999 884 878 mph. 8889.
But we have one more station which is reading. So again, to wrap things up here, or to begin to wrap things up I should say, this is the first video of TSW, Train Sim World. I'm going to be, or Train Sim World.
11249.
Good
Doors
grief.
closed.
Transport
Zip. 5. 5.
Next signal, green.
10.
Good grief, I can't believe
15.
this.
Transport World Simulator Public. Transport.
20.
Transport World Simulator,
25.
TWS.
30.
You should get those two programs
Achievement goal activated.
confused.
35.
Because Transport World
40.
Simulator, and then
44.
you got something not accessible, which is Train
49.
Sim World.
53. 57. 60. 61.
So yeah, it's easy to get those
66,
initials messed up, but
70,
TSW. I see I did it again.
73,
TWS
75, 78,
Next signal.
81,
Green.
is a pretty good program, and I'm definitely excited to see what other
Next signal. Green.
86,
updates coming down the pipeline here.
88,
We
90,
should see more Flight Simulator videos from me
93.
once I have the money need to replace my rudder pedals.
95, 97, 99,
And as my soapbox was
Next signal.
on,
Green.
say, at intentions,
Next signal. Green.
yeah, you know my thoughts on that at this point. And those are not my opinions, those are facts of the matter.
59.21 yards ahead. Reading. Speed limit change to 75 mph and 26.72 yards ahead.
So, yeah, that pretty much wraps up
Speed
this
limit change to
video.
75 mph and 21. Next signal. Green. Speed limit change to 75 mph. Next signal. Green.
Once we get red in here,
Speed limit change to 75 mph and 1750 yards ahead. Speed limit change to 75 mph and 1531 yards ahead. 4544 yards ahead. Reading. Speed limit change to 75 mph and 1312 yards ahead. Speed limit change to 75 mph and 1094 yards ahead. Speed limit change to 75 mph and 875 yards ahead. Next signal. Green. Speed limit change to 75 mph, 90 mph, 87 mph, 84 mph, 81 mph, 78 mph, 75 mph. Speed limit change to 75 mph and 437 yards ahead.
85, 80, minus 3,
Speed limit change to 75 mph and 219 yards ahead. Speed limit change to 75. Speed limit to 75 mph. Speed limit change to 125 mph and 471
minus
mph.
3,
75 mph.
73, 75,
Speed limit change to 125 mph and 486 yards ahead. 2027 32 yards ahead. Reading. Automatic speed control deactivated.
75,
that
2461 yards ahead. Next signal. Green.
76,
2187 yards ahead.
minus 1, 75,
1914 yards ahead.
75,
1640 yards ahead.
76,
1360.
minus 1, 75,
1094 yards ahead.
76, minus 1, 75,
820 yards ahead. Next signal. Green. Next signal. Green.
the next station is, minus 5, reading, 70, 65, 60,
328 yards ahead.
55, 50,
219 yards ahead.
45,
Next signal. Green.
40, 35,
109 yards ahead.
30,
82 yards ahead.
25,
55 yards ahead.
20,
33 yards ahead.
15, 10,
6.
minus 2, 6, minus 1, 4. The next station is Acton Main Line. 0.
Doors open. Your score is 155. Please select an entry with the arrow keys and press enter to activate.
But yeah, pretty good program, and like I said, I'm real excited to see what comes down the pipeline. So thanks for watching, everybody. Until next time, happy simming.